Welcome back. This is another exciting episode of Mr. Takeda Teaches Algebra. I'm your host, Mr. Takeda, and I'm going to teach you some algebra right now. This is lesson 5.6 on graphing linear inequalities. This is a new version for 2019, in which we ask the essential question, how can you graph a linear equality in two variables? We've already done single variables on a number line. We're going to do two variables on a coordinate plane. And here we go. So we start every kind of new section of or new idea with this idea. How can we tell whether a given ordered pair is a solution for an inequality? And like always, we just substitute and simplify. So 2 times -1, -1 is my x, plus 9 is my y, is less than -3. -2 plus 9 is less than -3. 9 plus -2 is 7. 7 is less than -3. This is false. This is false. So since this is false, then -1, 9 is not a solution. Example B, we'll substitute again. So x is 2, so 2 minus 3 times -2 in this case is greater than or equal to 8. -3 times -2 is positive 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 is greater than or equal to 8. This is true. So -2 is a solution. Let's talk very briefly about why this is a true statement. This inequality has this little equals bar as part of it, which basically says 8 is greater than or equal to 8. So since 8 is equal to 8, that makes this a true statement. Okay, so get those into your notes, and if you don't have them, you can just go ahead and pause and continue, and I'll meet you on the next page. We want to graph y is less than or equal to 2 in a coordinate plane. Now, usually, if we were on a straight number line, we would know that y is less than or equal to -2. We would graph the boundary. The boundary would be a dot, would be here, and then this would also be now since we're in two dimensions, an x and a y, two variables, we're going to extend this into a line. Now the boundary, this little equals bar there, tells me that this boundary is going to be a solid line. I want to shade the area to the left of the line. I want the area where the y values are all less than 2. And that'll look like this. We want this area shaded. When we do this by hand, we're going to use like cross hatching. We'll just kind of like shade in lightly with a pencil. Okay, next example. We have this example here. -x plus 2y is greater than or equal to 2. Now this one doesn't have the little equals bar under it. What is this going to look like? Well, I think the first thing I want to do here is solve this for y. Essentially, I want to put it into slope-intercept form. So 2y, I'm going to add x to both sides, is greater than x plus 2. Dividing everything by 2. Dividing everything by 2 will get me y is greater than 1/2 x plus 1. Okay, so my y-intercept's up here at 1. My slope is 1/2, so up 1 over 2. Now this one doesn't have the little equals bar, so in this case my boundary line is going to be a dashed line. So it's going to look like this. Now, as far as the shading goes, if this line is 1/2 x plus 1, and I want y is greater than that, I want the area above the line, because it's the numbers up, as we go up on the y-axis, those are the greater numbers. So that's going to look like this. Boom. I want the area above the line to be shaded. That basically, again, what this means is every area, every point up here will make this equation true, just like in those first examples we did. Also, remember, we don't have the equals bar, so a dash line. So none of these points will make this equation true. Okay. X plus y is less than or equal to 2 in the coordinate plane. Now, this one we can maybe do by, well, let's go ahead and do I was going to do this by, I could do this by intercepts. X is 2, y is 2. So right here, and right here, x is 2, y is 2. And we have a solid line, so that's going to look like this. Oops, sorry about that. It's going to look like this. Now, which side do I shade? X plus y is less than or equal to 2. So y is going to be less than or equal to negative x plus 2. So if y is less than this, I'm going to shade below it, and that's going to look like, boom, we're shaded below the line because y is less than negative x plus 2. We're below that line. Okay, and that's all I have for you today. And this video is actually a replacement for one that I had made last year that has a mistake in it. This one corrects the mistake. And thanks a lot, and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in class. Bye-bye.